The BJP's youth wing is holding massive protests outside the Vidhan Sabha there. Things clearly have turned a bit out of hand. In fact, the police had to resort to lathi charge, also using tear gas shells to make sure they are able to break these protests. But protesters from the BJP, which of course is led by the youth wing of the party, have in fact resorted to targeting policemen as well as media personnel. They are hurling stones from inside the BJP's headquarters over the office over there. In fact, they're also hurling, we could see some of them wielding sticks at policemen. So things have clearly gone out of hand. The BJP senior leadership, we've been trying to contact them at this point in time, but they haven't been able to manage to get the protesters to back off. Now, protests by the youth wing have been against the poor law and order situation in the state, as well as the lack of electricity. Pranshu Mishra is bringing to us all the details. Yes, Pranshu, take us through what's happening right now.
Well, see, right now there is a stalemate as far as the BJP workers and the police force is concerned. Occasionally bricks are again being lobbed inside from the BJP office, and in fact we have seen BJP workers mounted on the rooftop pelting the stones. Police is of course still keeping a restraint station outside the BJP office. Occasionally they are throwing in tear gas shells inside. They are firing tear gas shells inside, but still it seems that the people hold inside the BJP office, probably testing the limits of patience on the part of the police force. Police force has still not got orders to enter inside the BJP office, but they are on a state of alert outside the office. Maybe if the situation doesn't calm down, they may decide to enter the BJP office. But if they enter the BJP office, that would be probably for the first time, and we'll see UP police barging inside the office of any national party to get control of the nasty, unruly mob of people who claim to be the members of the youth wing of the BJP. So clearly, the protest days had turned very ugly. The entire stretch of the road outside the Vidhan Sabha and in front of the BJP office, that has virtually turned into a battleground, with the entire stretch of road being littered with bricks, broken canes, empty canes of the tear gas shells. So clearly it has been one unprecedented sort of violent protest we have seen recently, because earlier when we have seen clashes with the police force had been quick enough to lathi charge or use tear gas shells or water cannons, and the protesters are of course dispersed, keeping in mind the sort of protest which was the sort of force which was leashed in by the men in uniform. But this point in time, it seems that probably the very fact that they are in the center, they have got this huge mandate from Uttar Pradesh in the Lok Sabha elections. Youth wing members of the BJP not willing to give up. They continue to go ahead with the vandalism, the stone pelting, lobbing, throwing back the tear gas shells again on the police force, hurling abuses from inside the party office. We are still not in a position to get inside the BJP office, because there is only one particular gate to the BJP office, which has in fact become the thin border between the police force outside on the street and unruly mob of BJYM members inside the BJP office.
Now we can understand, Pranshu, that some of them have even attacked media crews. You were mentioning over there that you're not being able to move anywhere. They are hurling bricks from inside the office. Now, have you been able to get in touch with any senior leaders of the BJP? Because clearly this is not the way to protest.
Well, see, the BJP workers, we haven't got any official reaction from the BJP workers, but some of them whom we can identify from inside, they clearly, trying to make it a political point, saying that it's a high-handedness of the police which has led to this sort of protest. Why had not been the protesters allowed to move towards the desired destination, towards the Vidhan Sabha? But keeping in mind that the session is going on presently, hundreds of legislators are inside. The normal proceedings for the Vidhan Sabha are going on. Clearly, that would have been too much of a liberty to have been granted to the BJP members, because then the situation could have gone further worsened with maybe the youth wing members trying to barge inside the Vidhan Sabha, and then clearly the situation would have been much more worse. So clearly the police force seems to be justified by trying to stop them. The normal practices were adopted, water cannons were used, mild lathi charge were used, and we have covered several such tests over the past years. We have seen that there is just a symbolism on the part of the protesters, right, who, after seeing the force get away, dispersed, people hoping that their message they wanted to send out to the people at large has duly gone. But in this case, it seems that the intentions were something different. The intentions were probably to create such a scene where a lot of media coverage could come in, a lot of stronger message could go on, and that is something is going on. I clearly feel that probably the senior leaders of the BJP would themselves have not expected that this sort of vandalism would occur, and their own very party office would turn into this sort of a battleground.
Right, Pranshu Mishra, thank you for those updates. We will come back to you shortly.